Hello and welcome back to another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. How's everyone doing today? In this video, I would like to go over the details for the Android 17 and 18. The Tech Android 17 and 18, we got the notification that this unit was going to get EZA'd on December 2nd, which is tomorrow from when this video comes out. And all I'm going to say is that it's a really good EZA. Some of it is just a little confusing. So bear with me here. And let's go over the details. As usual, I have the pre-EZAs for Dokkan Fests and LLRs to be on the left side next to my profile picture. So hopefully this does not get too much in the way of the EZA details. So we have Worldwide Chaos or Future Saga, Key +3 and 180% defense. Remember, 170% leaders just go up to 180%. Then we have here 200% attack and defense, 17% damage reduction, and 18% chance of evading the enemy's attack. Randomly changes key spheres of a certain type, tech excluded, to tech key spheres, receives an additional 1 key per tech or rainbow key sphere obtained, and then launches a guaranteed additional super attack. Very cool. Already looking solid. Then we have, for every key sphere obtained, 35% attack and defense, and for every tech key sphere obtained, 18% attack and 17% defense. I believe this is additive. So then we have 2 or more tech key spheres obtained, or 1 or more rainbow key spheres obtained. 35% to critical hit, damage reduction, and chance of evading enemy's attack. Huge. Absolutely huge. So we would be sitting at 52% damage reduction, 53% chance of evading the enemy's attack. Then, when attacking with 12 or more ki, 150% attack and defense. I wish this was worded when sitting at 12 or more ki, but this is the way they decided to roll it out. And this is confusing, as we'll see here shortly when we get to the details for the Android 19 and Dr. Gero, which surprisingly is getting EZA'd alongside. When HP is 35% or less, an additional 17% damage reduction, so that goes to 69%, and chance of evading enemy's attack of plus 18%, which then makes that go up to 71 or 72%, I forget. We do that again, so 36 plus 35, so 71%. Then, when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, nullifies it when HP is 35% or more, or with 7 or more key spheres obtained. So that is an either or. It'll be a guaranteed nullification if the HP is 35% or more, or if you get 7 or more key spheres with this Android 17 and 18. And then here is where it gets confusing. Android's category allies gain 15% attack and defense for 2 turns with 8 or more key spheres obtained. Now, I know I just said that there's a comma there, so it's an either or condition. But this all seems to be under the condition of receiving a Ki Blast super attack. Okay? If this was this slide was put anywhere else, I would not have this confusion. I hope this means that 8 or more key spheres obtained gives 15% attack and defense as a support, but it should have been way higher in this passive if that were the case. I don't know what this means exactly. Now, for the super attack, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and causes immense damage to the enemy, and is a guaranteed seal. Now, I don't think... Yeah, the seal was the same. The attack and defense is now greatly raised, so it goes from 30% to 50%. That'll help, especially with all the multipliers from the key obtained. The base stats for the basic effect is up by 30% and 20% respectively. There is that extra damage reduction. The addition of every key sphere obtained on top of them being tech key spheres. Or should I say tech key spheres on top of every key sphere obtained. Bringing that up to 53%, 53% attack and 52% defense. Very, very cool. Then they take that 7 or more key spheres obtained, and they move it to when receiving a Key Blast super attack, it's guaranteed. And instead, they add the 2 or more tech key spheres or 1 or more rainbow key spheres clause. Then you have the 8 or more key spheres obtained being a 15% support to androids category allies 2 turns. But it may be stuck behind the Key Blast super attack. And the when HP is 35% or less got absolutely buffed beyond belief. Additional 17% and 18% to damage reduction and evasion, respectively. Very, very good and very applicable upgrades to this unit that is so horribly outdated. Although, if you see the video that I posted earlier regarding the Stage 8 with androids, which I was able to complete with 3 teams, actually, androids, Android Cell Saga, and full typings, full extreme typings. It is, you know, still useful. It was able to get that done relatively smoothly, even though it wasn't so easy. It needed a lot of RNG to fall into place. Okay, folks. Although this came out of the blue, that this unit was going to be getting an EZA alongside the tech androids, we have the EZA here. And so we have the androids category key plus 3, 130% stats, which is standard for standard banner characters. When they get an EZA, it just goes up by a little amount. The 120 leads, it goes up to another 10% at 130%. So nothing extravagant here, but then again, it is a standard banner character EZA. Then we have the stats here, and I am surprised, and I would really like to see how this pans out in an actual setting. So we have here 250% attack and defense and 60% attack and defense and 3 key to android category allies. And it's not self-excluded, but it probably is self-excluded. Probably doesn't need to say it says category allies. Allies is definitely not oneself, per se. Then when attacking with 12 or more key, 190% attack and disables the enemy's guard. When receiving an attack, 190% defense. They did this for the banner unit that is getting EZ8 alongside the Dokkan Fest exclusive, and they couldn't do this for that 150% attack and defense. They had to do it after attacking. Sheesh. Yeah. Per Android's category ally on the team, 100% attack and defense up to 390%. And this is Super EZA level stats, by the way. Just pointing it out. This is Super EZA level passive stats. Now, of course, his stats are not high for Super EZA. Super EZAs are Dokkan Fest, so their stats are much higher. But this is the kind of treatment we see for Super EZAs. And then chance of performing a critical hit and damage reduction rate of 10% up to 39%. Again, 19 and 20 is 39, so just bear in mind that that's the calculation here. And then when HP is 39% or less, or if there's another Android's category ally attacking the same turn when HP is 69% or less, for seize the enemy's super attack, so scouter ability, that's pretty accessible, I should say, depending on how much regeneration you have on the team. And then when receiving a Ki Blast super attack, absorbs it and recovers 39% of the damage absorbed as HP. Wow. This is insane numbers and very usable abilities. The scouter ability and the absorption, each one has its own unique benefits. I would say you'd see the scouter ability a little bit more than you would see the Ki Blast super attack absorption, because there are many units, sorry, I should say enemies, that don't have Ki Blast super attacks. So good luck with getting that part done. Now, as to how that works with absorption, if it nullifies the attack, I don't know, but this was part of the original passive for Android 19 Dr. Gero. I have never ever used them in any event whatsoever. I believe they're still like sitting at level 1 or not even Dokkan Awakened on my own account. So there's that. Then we have the super attack, greatly raises attack and defense for 1 turn, and recovers 15% HP with a supreme damage multiplier. And that goes up from 30% attack and defense to 50%, and 10% recovery to 15% HP recovery. All in all, very good EZAs, and something that the Androids team desperately needs. I would really like to hear your thoughts on these two EZAs in the comment section down below, if you can. If you're willing to, of course. If you are new here, if you haven't already done so, please do consider subscribing. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all have a great rest of the day, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Peace.